Hi, so we're here today in another episode of the Greencast World. A million thanks to everybody who tuned in for the first episode and who gave us so much comments and who liked and shared. We really appreciate you. And if you haven't followed yet, please follow us on YouTube. Okay. My name is Jihan and I am here with Ana Celia.
Hola, hola.
And today we want to talk about something a little bit more serious. We want to talk about greenwashing. The importance of it, why does it matter, and then we have another few surprises towards the end. But let's start with a serious topic. What is greenwashing?
Greenwashing is a form of marketing. It's a form of marketing as many others. The thing is, it's a form of marketing that tries to confuse and hide part of the truth about certain product or brand, pretending to be green, pretending to be sustainable, pretending to be good for the environment or good for you. But it's not that good for the environment, or is one or two products as part of a huge line of products that they are not really sustainable. This is a classic, actually. It's a classic, big brands that produce or offer 3,000 different kind of products, and they release one that is made with recyclable materials, or they donate 1% of the profit to the planet, and using that they develop a big marketing campaign to try to sell their brand or themselves as a green company. So we want to make many examples of this. We want to, from the positive way, especially, and make sure you start to see more details in everything you buy, because that will be the key to make better in this matter.
Yeah, and I think you have a very important, you hit a few important points there. One of them is that sometimes a big company might have one product that is green. You have one product, you're like, yeah, this is green because we're going to give profit to children in Africa or something. And maybe
1%.
They are giving 1%, but then they're also damaging the environment at the same time while producing whatever it is that they're producing. So you have to be careful, you have to do your research, and you have to make sure that you know if when they say sustainable, they really mean it, or if it's just something that they're just throwing out in the air. I thought this was a concept that was new. Like I thought, this is, an 2010s kind of thing. But it was actually started in the 1980s. In the 1980s, big corporations were already developing campaigns, which you said were like a marketing plot to make things seem greener than what they were, but at the same time they were damaging the environment. And I say this with a heavy heart because I work in marketing. It's what I do, and I know that you can twist words and make it sound like you're doing a lot of good, but at the same time you might be hiding what other things are not that good. What are some examples of greenwashing? What can we?
Well, as I said before, companies that make tons of products and they just make one with, for example, recyclable materials. And saying that, I want to mention something that we say last time, and is recycling is not enough. So if you are going to promote a product that is green and is good for the environment, don't start saying, oh, this is made with recyclable materials. That's fine. We all use products made with recyclable materials because we have to. At this point, it's not enough. You cannot say you are green because you are using something with recyclable materials or because you are recycling. You gotta step forward to this. Before to lose our zen mood. Again, as we said before, this is a learning process. We are with you. we all do things that there are no 100% green, but let's go step by step and let's get commit to do better. And let's start moving forward that from the recycling thing, and let's start investigating a little more about the products we buy, not just for our home, also for our personal care, also for the our routines, our work, our job materials. So let's go step by step, getting better on this.
And I think the key word there is research. As a consumer, as a conscious consumer, you need to do some research to find out the true origins of the things that you're buying. Not only because you want to make sure they're ethical, and you want to make sure they're natural, that you're not putting chemicals on your body. Like there's so many things out there. You have to do your research. I had another example, and I've got notes, I must confess. Bottled water companies. That is the biggest marketing thing ever. Like, water is free, but especially in the United States, the amount of bottle of waters that are consumed and bought every day, it's outrageous. It is just crazy. And I have here that back in 2015, the world agreed that 8 million tons of plastic waste were contaminating the ocean, and that was not acceptable. 8 million tons. That is a lot of plastic. And that's what happens. And that's what happens when we buy single-use plastic, and you put it back in the environment. And again, you're going to be like, why are you talking about single-use plastic? We're talking about greenwashing. But there's a lot of companies out there that the way they market their water, they make it seem like it's better for the environment somehow. Or they say we give 1%, what you say, 1% back to, I don't know, some location in Alaska where we get the water. They make it sound like there's a beneficial health and environmental benefit from consuming it, and there's not. Water's free, people. It's free. Just, you don't need to buy it in bottles.
That is something very interesting. When we start to mention the word green, verde, people just don't think. Some people thinking about the environment immediately, but also people think about their health, and that's fine. That is the main point. A sustainable lifestyle should be a combination of
Both.
Care about the environment, care about you, care about everybody else, and find the balance. Because, for example, in terms of water, the example that you made, people say, okay, I cannot drink water, the tap water, because that is dirty, because it's not clean enough. But instead of finding a long-term solution at home, we just go to the supermarket and buy bottled water, because it's so inexpensive, Jihan. It's the same that we were speaking last time. Here in the US, there is so many things that you cannot believe how much cheap they can be, and why. Even the transport costs more. So you go to, for example, a dollar store. I used to be a fan of that dollar store, and that is something that hits my heart, because now I think about all those.
We all been to the dollar store. We've all been there.
I know. And when I start to wake up about this matter, I start to look around and even feel overwhelmed, guilty, so bad, because 99% of the products there are plastic, single-use plastic. And a bottle of water is cents. It's only cents that, use the tap water at home sometimes can be even more expensive. So, and also that is a topic that touched my heart also, because in my immediately family, I haven't convinced them to use tap water. So it's a big example of
it's a cultural thing sometimes as well. Because when I was really living in Texas, I remember if you had a barbecue, or if you were like inviting people over, you would just buy the little bottled water because people feel more confident on getting a bottle of water than you serving them from your fridge or from your tap or whatever. So it's embedded in the culture. However, it's not doing anyone any good. It's not doing us any good because it has been proven that consuming from the plastic of the bottle of water, it can have some plastic residues when you're drinking it, and it also is not doing good for the environment. So definitely some things need to be done there. In Europe, I know in the UK and in Italy, I believe, I'm not sure about Italy, but I can tell you in the UK, they now have refilling stations where you can go in the city with your bottle of water, and for free, you can refill your little bottle of water with clean, cold water that you can drink. And I think that's amazing. I think we should be doing that more everywhere worldwide. But yeah,
airports.
Yeah.
Airports here are starting to do that a lot.
Yeah. But it's, yes. So going back to greenwashing, just make sure you do your research and you understand where your product is coming from, what processes had to do before it got to you, and how many people and how many environment ecosystems is affecting getting to you. I think it's important. And yes, it's a lot of research and you're like, oh, I don't have time, I can't be bothered, that's too much, I can't live like this. But you get used to live like that eventually. The more you do it, the more you get used to it. So it's just trying.
And a recommendation that we can give, or at least was the way that I start to deal with all the bunch of information that is available on this matter, is go by a section of your house. And it's exactly how we are gonna start make examples here in the podcast. So go to a section of your house and start to analyze. And don't change everything at the same time, because that is money, that's cost, and it's a lot of pressure on you. Just make sure what you're running out of, and start to do the research days before.
Yeah.
Because also you are going to start using products that are not that good for you. So you are going to need to buy another one.
Trial and error.
My rule was that I will start until something run out. That's why I still haven't many things that I don't want to use, but I had it before. They last for forever. They last long time. Also, again, in the US, especially in personal care, they push you to buy in big quantities. So you storage a lot. They like, okay, buy 2, get 3 free, stuff like that. So at the end, you have 5, 6 shampoos that you will use in 3 years. Then you move after that. So you need to throw it away because you are not going to move with 5 shampoos. So all those little things can be good examples of how to start changing little by little this.
And that what you said, don't, if you're starting on this whole environmental journey, don't go and throw away everything you have. Don't, try to use what you have. I know guilt just gets over you and you're like, oh, this is plastic, I don't want to have it. But don't throw everything away, and don't think that you need to go outside and buy every single new trend thing that is eco-friendly, because again, greenwashing, you might not be so eco-friendly if you're going and buying a whole bunch of things. So anyway, on this episode, we brought our 5, and we haven't seen each other, so we don't know what it is. It's a surprise.
I'm so curious about Jihan.
We brought our top 5 bathroom products, like things that we use in the bathroom every day. So you start. Go with one. Do we do one and one?
I had mine in a Dollar Tree box that I bought 3 years ago. So that is a good example of how I can be tolerant with mistakes that I did before. And also it's a good reminder that I'm not going to do this anymore. So I'm going to start with one, right?
Start with one. Go.
Okay. So I'm going to start with a good example because I have here examples of transition of I'm 100% sustainable and what else I am still working on. So my best example that I cannot then free is shampoo and conditioner. There are bars. The container is cardboard, is no recyclable cardboard in this brand. So that is something
brand-
that they can
what brand
maybe
is that?
improve. Huh?
What is it?
The name is Habitat or
Okay.
Habitat. But now I saw Garnier, L'Oreal, and all those
Yeah.
amazing brands doing it. Keep an eye on it because again, they sell like 200 different products and they have one green. But
Yeah.
okay, but we appreciate the effort. So it's a bar. It's just a bar. My recommendation is just keep it dry after you use it so you don't run out of it that quick. So I have the conditioner, and when I'm traveling, I just repurpose. Maybe this is a little nasty, but I repurpose the retainers container, and I put it inside. So this is my travel.
Yeah. It's a
shampoo
good
side.
example of reusing things rather than throwing them away. Now, I have the same. So the one I have, this one is from Lush, because Lush, you can buy them without any packaging. So you can buy it just like that. It smells like cinnamon. It's so good. So Lush has a couple of different different scents for your hair, depending if you want more volume or this, more that, whatever. Lush is not that cheap, but they are 100% cruelty-free, vegetarian, vegan. I mean, they are very, very good. And then you can buy this. It's metal, little container for it. So when I go, if I travel, I just put it in my little metal container, and there it goes.
Perfect.
So we both have shampoo bars.
Whee! My next one,
Go.
soap. Same. It comes without container. It just has this little
Cereal bar. Yeah.
exactly, which I understand supermarkets to have it because it's the way to cash it out and everything. It happened to me also in the restaurant. It's a big deal. We can start doing this with recyclable materials, but let's see how it goes. So soap, I have tried a few. This one in particular has aloe vera, and it's so good. My husband love it also because he likes oatmeal, oat, so it has oat.
Yeah.
And there is a bunch of them. Some of them are very expensive, but just take a look. This is
Yeah.
also made locally, so I love it.
So once again, we have the same. So I must say, this is not sponsored by Lush in any way, but these ones are from Lush. Just because over there you can buy by the size. So if you want a big chunk of it and you want to buy a lot, you can. If you want a small little size, you can. So you buy it by the grams, how much it weighs. And again, it comes without any packaging, unless you request that you want a paper bag. They give you a paper bag if you want. Otherwise, it's just like that. So I have like different scents. So yeah,
Sorry.
it smells so good. But yes, okay. So once again, we have bars.
I'm gonna recommend to people that live in the US a brand called Pacha. They sell it on Whole Foods. I tried before. They sell it weight as well, and it's really, really good. A little more expensive though, so that's why I'm now using this one because it's like half.
And there's so many brands out there. Like, we're not
I
saying that
know.
you need to go buy any of this. There's so many brands,
Exactly.
and what works for one person might not work for another for your skin. So make sure that you read your ingredients and you know what's in it. But yeah, just it's much better than buying things in a like shower gel on a plastic container that you're just gonna use once. So that's why this ones make more sense from an environmental point of view.
I know.
Okay,
Next
one.
Okay, that is a product that I spoke in my Instagram a few days ago about. Baby soda. It's simple because people say, okay, it's paper anyway. But no, there is a lot of this that comes in a plastic wrap that is says recyclable. But again, I don't have to repeat the idea about recycling. This one comes in paper and wrap, and it comes in a cardboard box, so it's all paper. And also is the most important is soft.
Yeah.
Because the majority of toilet
They're
paper in
hard.
this presentation, oh my,
Yes.
I struggle a lot. my husband struggled a lot. I won't say me, but he was like, okay, Anna, this green thing is getting out of control. I can negotiate many things, but you know me, I cannot do this. So we finally made it.
Finally found one. That's
We
great.
finally made it.
Okay, so my next one, this time they're not the same. It is tooth tablets. So let me see if I can show them there. Tooth tablets. So these are good mostly for when you travel. I don't use this all the time because at home there's 3 of us. Some need fluoride, some don't. So like I buy a different one. But this one comes in a little tablet, and then what you do, you pop the tablet in your mouth and you crunch it, and then you brush your teeth with that. This one, I don't know if they sell this in the US, but in the UK it's G-Organics, and it's made with activated charcoal. So it's very good. Again, if you need fluoride, then this is not for you to use every day, but it comes in a glass container. So, and then you can use your container for whatever you want. So this it's one of my, before this whole coronavirus thing, and I like traveled for work, I used to always take this ones. Yeah.
That's good. I'm probably gonna buy that soon. Okay. This,
It.
of course, it comes in a super green thing, but it's not that green just because it's not vegan.
Okay.
It's not vegan. I'm so ashamed to show this, but I was a victim of greenwashing. I didn't read properly. So it's bamboo.
Okay. Bamboo toothbrush.
Exactly. The toothbrush. I didn't say it. Sorry. I wanted to make sure this wasn't plastic, the bristles. So I investigate a lot. But after I discovered it was made with, the bristles are made with
Nylon. Sometimes it's nylon.
no, it's not nylon. It's made with the mustache of the, oh, sorry, I didn't know the word, but the bristles are made 100% boar hair.
Boar. Okay, that's interesting.
Yes. So I try to return it. That's the thing. I return it. I request the return. And guess what? They said, don't return it. You have the real refund.
Right.
So that is something
now you
that
got it.
happens a lot when
Yeah.
you buy in Amazon as well. So you try to return it, and it's that cheap for them that they say, no, just keep it, and we are gonna give you the money back.
Yeah.
So what happened when that happened? How you feel? So I felt, and I'm still feeling that if I have it already and I cannot return it, the wisest thing that I can do is just use it and never buy again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
sorry, my vegan friends, I'm not vegan, but I do my best for animals as well.
Okay, my next one. Oh, I've got 2 left. Which one? I'm gonna go with my favorite thing ever, and I did mention this one to you, and it is. It's a razor. It's I shave every day because I am just that kind of person who needs to shave every day, and I used to waste a lot of money on buying razors, and also they're all made of plastic. They're plastic, which means every couple of weeks you have to dispose and then get another one and dispose. Not only is expensive, but when you think of the amount of razors that you throwing away and all that plastic is incredible. So I bought this one, and this one in particular has got what they call the butterfly opening, which means you unscrew the bottom, then it opens like that, and then you put in your blade, and then you close it, and it comes with extra ones. So I have enough blades here for at least, I don't know, a couple of months, because it came with like 4 of these ones. Obviously, I don't know the brand of this, but there's tons of them out there. It's made of it doesn't rust. I've been using this for 6 months. Although it's in a dry space in the shower area, it's still in the shower. I still wet it every day, and it hasn't rusted. You do need to clean it, obviously, and just change the razor blade whenever you need, really. So not only has saved me a lot of money, but it also makes more sense to me from an environmental point of view. It does require to retrain your brain in terms of how to shave, because when you buy the other ones, they have like 3 blades, 5 blades, so many blades, and they also have that cushiony thing in the front. which sometimes is more plastic and chemicals. This one doesn't. So it does require for you to learn how to do it carefully and, don't go crazy. But it works. It's brilliant. I love it. I hesitated to buy it for a long time because I was scared I was going to cut myself. But once you learn how to use it, it is the best thing I've ever bought.
And that is the best example of how when you try to go green, you kind of start looking more to the past than to the future. And when I said that, I mean to look at what your abuelas and abuelos used to do. Yeah. Because our abuelos used to use that,
of course,
to shave more than the plastic. And something that, in case you haven't heard before, all the toothbrush and blades that you have been using your whole life is still on the planet.
Yeah,
because they don't go away. They are not recyclable. So please, at least these two things you can start changing, like on your next shopping, please. Yeah. Okay, my last. My last. Good for the environment and haven't been that good for me. This is a confession. Deodorant.
Okay.
I tried the same brand of the shampoos because the shampoo was okay. It was actually good. It was actually the conditioner okay. The shampoo super good. We love it. But the deodorant is not working. It's not working. I needed to go back to the brand that I was using while I find another one that really works for me. I also try and do it myself. One kind of that I saw in Pinterest. So I'm doing my best. And I wanted to show this again to demonstrate that everybody struggles on this process.
Yeah.
But we just have to be patient with ourselves.
Deodorants are hard.
Enjoy the journey.
Deodorants are hard because a lot of the things that makes a good deodorant, as in something that is going to last you long, is all the chemicals that they put on them. So when you try to go natural, those are very hard to find one.
Super. And depending of the season too.
Yeah.
Because summer is one thing, winter is another.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So my last one, and again, you can find so many different ones of this, but it is reusable. What do you call it? Things that has a name. Reusable, like little cotton things to clean your makeup. Yeah.
Cotton sponge.
I'm sorry, this has a name. And for the people who are not seeing the podcast and they're listening, I can't tell them.
I love those.
The thing that you use to take your makeup off. Okay. So usually use the cotton round things, but you can either buy or make. I got these ones on Etsy from a lady who was making them. So a few of them are made of towel, so they're a little bit harder. Another ones are made of flannel, so are a little bit softer. So depending on what you put in on your face or what you're doing with them, you can use them. Once you use them, you put them in a little bag, you put them in the washing machine, you wash them, and then you can use them and wash them and use them as many times as you want.
Those are adorable. Adorable, yes. Adorable. I want them. And I don't use makeup that much, but I'm running out of my takeoff thing since we don't remember the name.
Makeup remover roundy thingies. Yeah,
I gotta start to look into that. And now that we mentioned makeup, we imagine many of you saw the Save Ralph video that went viral a few days ago. It was amazing. It was super touching, and it was focused mostly in the animals issues or the necessity of going not necessarily fully vegan, but doing the effort to reduce your consumption of products that use animals, especially to make tests.
Yeah, or at least when you look for products, makeup especially, make sure that it says cruelty free. It doesn't even. It could be not vegan, but at least it's cruelty free, which means, there's certain standards and they didn't test on the animals. That video was quite a thing. Like, it really was quite impactful. And if you haven't watched it, go and watch it right now, because you need to see it. You really need to see this in your life.
Yes.
So last but not least, and you did kind of touch on it before. You said that our grandparents, nuestros abuelos y abuelas, used to do a lot of it, like their way of life was already eco-friendly without them even knowing it. So we have decided that every episode we're going to share an anecdote or something that we know that abuelas used to do eco-friendly. Do you have anything? Or do you want me to start?
You can start.
Okay. I was talking with my mom the other day. Because it all started, she watched the first podcast and she was like, oh my God, it's amazing. You guys make me laugh, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we don't need to know what my mom said because it was all good things. But then she was like, I'm glad that you talk about the abuelas. And then she said, do you remember that your grandma used to, whenever she made coffee, the leftover coffee grounds, she used to put that on the plants. And my mom said, I don't know if she put it on the plants to, so that it gave nutrition to the plants, or if it was to, for the little bugs didn't come in the plants. And I was like, I don't know either, Mom, but I was supposedly gonna research it, but I didn't. But it's one of those things that she remembers that my grand did all the time. And when she said it, I was like, oh yes, I remember. Every time that she made una taza de café, she used to get her little groundy things and put them on the plants every single time. And her plants were absolutely amazing. So something she was doing right. So if anybody knows if the coffee grounds are used in the plants to make them be bigger and better, or if it is to get rid of bugs, please let us know.
That is a good example. One thing that I read in terms of composting is you can put ground coffee, but not that much because it would put the mix too acid.
Which makes sense.
So probably if you put it in the plants, just a little bit on each of them, try not to go over.
Yeah, don't give your plant caffeine every day.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna show something I'm using today. An earring that was from my grandma.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you. It's so vintage, so cool.
I love it how all things are now vintage.
Something too green, but buying better things, more quality, means that products, jewelry, clothes will last more
longer.
time.
Yeah, it will last for longer.
Will last longer. So before we used to pass jewelry through generations, and actually that's what the royal family do, right? So they buy good things, things that looks special, that has a classic looking, so they can go by generations and generations, and we can appreciate something that was from my grandma. For a long time, I love earrings, and for a long time I used to go to H&M or Zara or many bazaars to buy
so cheap.
A bunch of them.
Yeah,
one of each color. Give me one red, one blue, one, because I want to have them in all the colors and match it with my clothes, which is fine. But at the end, they start to do the coloring, they start to falling apart, or you don't like them anymore. So what you have to do, you have to throw it away.
Yeah.
So jewelry that lasts forever, they can be more expensive, but you don't have to buy every day. You can buy it once a year as a gift for you.
And that is something that we'll probably talk about further on in the episode, which is fast fashion and how not to fall victim of fast fashion and be more conscious and sustainable. But this brings us, I think, to the end of this episode. I hope that you guys are really liking it. Please leave comments, please let us know. And if you have any ideas of any topics or anything that you're like, I would like to know more of this or that, please let us know. Si quieren escuchar uno en español, también nos pueden decir.
También déjanos saber.
Sí, podemos hacer uno en español. We can make one in Spanish, whichever. We are here to please. So please let us know. Yeah, but thanks.
Thank you, Ihan. Thank you for sharing with me. I was taking notes of my next eco shopping.
Oh, and we will leave links as well. We're gonna link some products up on where we're gonna do it.
We are gonna do it in the link tree that we have in our Instagram account. You will find it at the end of the list, Amazon wish list.
Yeah.
And there you will have the majority of the products that we were showing today.
Yes, or similar, because sometimes I can't find whatever I find in the UK, but we will leave some links there. So yeah, so let us know, and thanks for joining us, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.